Hi, my name is Len. This is my Z1B900. It's a 1975. Lovely bike. Of course, as you can see, it's not an original as far as it's had the pipes changed, the colour changed, front mudguard changed. There's been a few changes with it. It's an American import. If you're not down with that, well then I guess you might as well not bother watching any further. I've had the bike for 3 years. It's been a great bike, but though I did have problems with it when I got it. What I did to it, it never let me down on the side of the road, never left me standing there, but I must admit I didn't have much joy with it for quite a while. What I did, I was having problems with the way it was running, so I changed the coils first up. That improved it slightly, but not much in reality. Then I decided to do the regulator rectifier, and I did a combined unit. This improves the bike no end, of course, but that wasn't the problem either. So I went on a bit of a merry journey since that time. I did a compression test on it, found it was low on one cylinder, more than 20 pounds low. I was told that probably wasn't the problem with it. A lot of people, of course, had different opinions on what might it be. One thing I did find, it had the wrong air filter in it. That improved it immensely, but it still was not right, obviously, and it was causing me some stress, I suppose. You go out to buy one of these bikes and want it to run well as you naturally would. All the 900s I ever had always ran fairly well. So I did end up changing quite a few things with it. I put a new electronic ignition in it. That was a very nice upgrade, of course. The other things I did is a lot of cosmetic things. I put this grab bar on because it didn't have one. I changed the seat. It had a king and queen seat on it, so this is a replica, of course. It had a 16-inch back wheel. This wheel here is off a 76-900, so it's not numbers correct. Basically the rest of the bike is fairly well numbers correct, but that item of course is not, and of course there are some aftermarket parts on it. The switch blocks are aftermarket. The old ones I had on it were fairly ordinary, so for my own joy I changed them over. I also bought a set of restored gauges for it. As you can see, it's only got low miles. Those miles are from the time I actually re-ringed it. I've re-ringed this bike, had the valves lapped, the valve guides done. I replaced a couple of components in for the timing chain. I replaced the timing chain. The interesting thing was this bike had 32,000 miles on it when I bought it. I didn't know that was correct until we did the rings. The rings were standard bore. The bore itself was standard. All we had to do was give it a little, what do you call it? Anyway, it doesn't matter. We had to give it a light hone. That was all we had to do with it. Put the new rings in and everything was fine. So it is standard, and the guy who did that work for me, because I did all the work on a bar, the actual machining, he said because of the look of the head, the bike had never been flogged. He said he was amazed how good the condition of the head was. So okay, I'm probably forgetting a few things that I've done to it. I have done quite a bit, but in the end I've pulled the carbies out and worked on them probably 3 or 4 times. Just things I tried to do to get it right. It never did come right until I re-ringed it, and then it's excellent after that. I'll start it up. It has to be started on choke, of course, because it's cold, as you can see. So full choke. cosmetic things I've done. It came with that short guard. I quite like it. It's not an original guard, but I really like the look of it. So along with that theme, which I wanted anyway, I put short indicator stems on it. When I bought it, it didn't have any indicators. I put short mirror stems on it. I quite like the look of them. I also bought genuine mirrors for it. They came with a long stem, of course, but the reason I did that was I did buy a set of cheap aftermarket ones, and they were just that cheap. When you tried to ride the bike, you couldn't see anything at all approaching you from behind. It was that vibrating that it was just a mess when you looked in the mirror. So I bought the genuine ones, and now they are basically perfect. I've got no complaints at all when I ride it. It's a real stock sort of firm and good image. You can see anything coming behind you. It has the document tray in it, of course, with no documents, but a bit of necessary stuff. It has a toolkit. It's not a genuine toolkit, but it is a good toolkit. It has a lot of genuine tools and a replacement bag with a K on it, but of course that's not the original bag. What else can I tell you about it? The bike runs nice, it rides nice. It's like all the Cracker 9s of the day. It doesn't stop real well. The single disc at the front and the drum brake, but it does stop. You can pull it up, but it's not like a super bike today. It's certainly not like a sports bike. They're not the same. Of course, the technology and engineering was so much better now and so much different, but a new bike doesn't feel like this to ride. So there she is. Starts fine, runs fine, rides nice, but you've got to take it for what it is, and that is that it's not an original bike, though for $1,000 paint job, $2,000 worth of pipes, if you really wanted to change the front guard, you'd just about have a stock standard bike again, and it would be a very, very nice bike. So there she is. That's what I'm offering. If you'd like to call me and discuss maybe an offer, who knows, feel free to do so. If you want more information on the bike, anything I can tell you, anything I'll remember, it is out of registration. New South Wales registration has expired 2 weeks ago, I think 15th of November, yeah, somewhere around there. What it will need for registration, I know already. I've took it to the mechanic, had a quick look at it. Needs a back tyre. That tyre was on that wheel when I bought it. This front tyre, he looked at it and felt it's a bit cracked around the edges. It's got some real fine lines here, real fine cracks. Some guy might let it pass, others won't. As you can see through there. I would replace this tyre anyway, due to the fact that it sat obviously in the garage for a while when it was in the States, so it's got a bit of a flat spot, and you feel that when you're going slow, it does a little bit of a hop along as it goes. There you go, a bit of sun. Nice to have it. So there she is. I will be sad to see it go, but events in my life have changed, and I need the money for something else. So, bit away if you would like to have it. If you'd like to come and have a look at it, just call me. Thank you, and goodbye.